Sunday dinner. There's just something about Sunday dinner that makes it the best meal of the week. Maybe it's the steaming bowls of mashed potatoes and thick brown gravy. Maybe it's the tasty tender chicken fried up golden brown. Whatever it is, Sunday dinner is it. The best meal of the week.
Check, check, check. Welcome to another episode of Sunday Dinner. I may talk a little fast. You guys got to listen faster. This is another raw, uncut analysis on life, culture, sports, hopefully with no grammatical errors. Super, super excited today. Our Sunday dinner meal is brought to you by Scardino's Pizza, one of my favorites. Before we even get into it, New Jersey has some of the best pizza. 100%. New Jersey or New York, there's some spots in Jersey that are so elite. But yeah, super excited for today. Sunday dinner episode. We got an amazing, amazing guest today. Super excited to tell his story. He's such an interesting, dynamic person and very multifaceted. So that's why I think I was very, very excited to have him on. We're just waiting for him to check in, but I hope you guys have been good. It's been an unbelievable week. My favorite player, LeBron James, brought home the title. I'm feeling good. That's why you see me repping the LA. Just an unbelievable experience that the bubble's been, and I couldn't even imagine how it was been for some of these players. That's why I found it interesting that a lot of people kept referring to this title as a Mickey Mouse ring or cookie cutter title, when lo and behold, man, this is probably so mentally challenging on the players, especially the last two teams. They were there for 3 months. It's just so crazy what this year has been and what it still is, and who knows to what it's going to become. But man, I'm so excited for you guys to be here today. Even more excited for our guest. I'm excited for him to kind of share his story and just be able to dive in and really get to know each other even more. And I want you guys to kind of get to know him even more, because from afar, he's a pretty cool, actually really, really cool human being. So we're just gonna wait here till he checks in.
Yes, sir.
Hold on real quick. Let me see what's going on here.
Yeah, no, it takes a while for me. I'm still like messing with this thing, man.
Let me see what's going on here.
Yeah, because it says that your video is disabled. That's why. Perfect.
Is my shit working now?
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah.
Oh, we live right now. I
Oh,
like
yeah.
that beanie. I was about to put mine on, but I'm glad I didn't, because we would have been matching.
We're Yellow Beanie Gang.
Yo, so what's good, man?
What's up, bro? It's been a minute.
Yeah. So pretty much, it's my you'll be like the 4th or 5th episode of my podcast called Sunday Dinner. It's kind of like I texted you, it's kind of conversational thing. It's not going to be only photographers, but just a lot of overall dope people. And I was kind of I was scrolling through my gram, maybe when I thought of the idea, and then you had popped up, and I'm like, man, this would be such a cool, interesting interview, especially for a lot of like my network that I admire your work and probably know you from the gram. But I think to like, yo, who's Chucky Anthony kind of deal, you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I had the luxury of, meeting you. We crossed paths, is that Charlotte? Yeah, Charlotte All-Star Weekend 2018. I think you were there with Pat, and I think we just started chopping it up.
Yeah, it was a Nike event, wasn't it, or a Jordan event?
Yeah, correct. Yeah, it was a Nike event. Yeah.
Yeah.
So where are you right now? Because I'm trying to keep up, but.
I just I'm in LA right now. I just got to LA like a few days ago, actually. But I've been doing like this, like intermittently coming to LA, going to the Bay Area, going to Minnesota. So it's been like back and forth every week, honestly.
Okay. And where are you? So where's like home? If you even have a home base, like where's your home base?
Well, basically, I've lived in LA for like 4 years, and then after like I started kind of traveling a lot more, I I had a lease, and then like I stopped my lease and ended up Airbnb like monthly kind of thing. So, and then I would like be in Minnesota or like New York or just, especially
Hopping around.
before COVID.
Yeah.
But like, I was just popping in. I'll just do Airbnbs every month.
Okay, cool. So yeah, before we get into the questions, I'll just give like a, I'm just gonna give a quick intro. So yeah, I know a lot of people, my viewers and listeners, know who you are, but you don't. This is Chucky Anthony. Is this? I would say I can say business partner with Kat, right?
Yeah.
Okay, content creator, video, photo, business partner with Kat. We're gonna get to know him, and he's gonna kind of dive into his, dreams, aspirations, and learn a little bit more even about him. Because like I said, even our conversations were very surface level. So I'm just, I'm excited to kind of chop it up with you, just another fellow creative, and just kind of get to know your vibe. So like as we were talking pre-interview, and I was kind of, I was like just doing my little research on you and stuff. I saw that you pro baseball. And I was like, I'm a big sports guy. So I was like, I just found it so cool that, hey, this is I'm sure when people hear that about you, or if you told somebody, it's like unassuming, right? Like they're not really thinking that, right?
Yeah, no, they're not. It just depends, because, baseball, it's like you don't got to be big. You don't, there's a lot of smaller guys. So it's like, it just, it depends. Some people say like, when they hear that, they're like, I can see that. Or like, oh, I can tell by your legs, or I can tell by, how
some
you
features.
so it just depends. I don't really bring it up too much. It's funny enough, Kat brings it up more than I do, than anything.
Oh, really?
So, yeah.
Yeah, I saw it. It was cool because when I saw you playing, like I said, I love sports so much. And when I saw it, and then I was like, I thought it was interesting that what your major or your interests were. It was like film and TV or production.
Yeah.
And I'm like, look at this, where he's ending up. So I guess just to jump into it, I want to say when you were in college and you were playing pro, did you think your life would be what it is right now?
Well, especially with like just, you're a college athlete and you have all these dreams and like aspirations. You've been kind of playing the sport you love for so long. It's been your life. You don't think about it like that until it gets to the point where you kind of know it's about to end. And, it's that kind of cross path with like, do you want to keep pursuing this, or do you want to actually start like a real, career? And luckily, I grew up in the Bay Area, and the Bay Area is just full of hip hop culture and like creatives. So like, playing in college and then transitioning to like, a higher level, like pro ball level, like during that time, I was like kind of just figuring out that, oh, I'm pretty good with like photography and like filming. And I was lucky enough to have that around me, like the creatives around me, especially even my teammates. They were into like the whole photography and stuff like that. So that kind of pushed me to kind of get better at it. And yeah, so that's to answer your question. I kind of did, but not until like towards the end of it.
Oh, that's cool. I find it interesting because like a lot of my mantra, like whether I'm speaking to younger kids or people that DM me asking me questions, and I'm like, I'm big onto like speaking things into existence. So I thought it was really cool to kind of see something that, whether caught your interest or you had a passion for became now, an avenue and a career for you. And I'm sure you love what you do, right? I'm assuming.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, no, I do. Definitely.
So
that's blessed.
Yeah, that's really cool. So I found it really cool when I saw that your player profile, and the thing I saw is what you ended up doing now, which is I thought was really interesting. So I guess kind of to piggyback off that, you said that, you kind of realized, was there a moment where you realized while you were playing pro that you were like, hey, I got to pivot and this photo video thing might be a thing, or was it still a hobby for you when you were playing?
Well, so it was definitely, luckily enough, I was woke a little bit. I was woke earlier than expected. Luckily, I was around a lot of older players and like a lot of my teammates that were actually signed to a higher level in the minors. They kind of showed me that it's a business. I was kind of woke to how it was. Like, it wasn't that easy. And I was woke to at a younger age. So I kind of had that back in my mind, like, dang, I need to kind of have a backup plan. And luckily enough, it was a hobby at first, but during college and while I was playing, especially over the summers and like fall ball and stuff like that, I was still kind of, doing like filming and directing music videos and just trying out new things and building my resume at the same time. So once I started building my resume and kind of understanding that like I'm actually pretty good at this, I had in my mind like, this is what I want to do if this doesn't work out. But like I said, that was like, when I started, the sports stuff, the injuries started happening, the realization that like, okay, I'm not going to make it kind of thing. So that's pretty much where my life changed. It actually changed pretty quickly.
Really? I thought it was interesting what you just said. It's like, and a lot of these young athletes that I'm sure follow both of us and just are out there, aspiring to be the greatest at what they're doing or play professionals, like you should always have a backup plan, right? Even if you're good at what you do, right? Like, because I think it's interesting. Like, you don't just have to be a basketball player or just have to be a baseball player. You can create this, like, especially in the society that we're in today, you can create this avenue where you're like building an empire for yourself, right?
Facts, yeah.
So, and to kind of jump into that, like, what was for you, right? You said that, so you were in school, you realized kind of, hey, this is the next move that I'm going to take, right? And, you're doing music videos, everyone around you is shooting and stuff like that. So were you doing, what was the move for you to get into like sports? Like as far as from a content perspective?
So funny enough, that's the thing. So with that, it was never actually in my mind, to be honest. And to be like respectful to like photographers and stuff like that, like sports photographers, I thought it was kind of weak or kind of lame at that time. Trying to take photos of like athletes doing stuff, because I was an athlete and, I would just get photos from like just different photographers and stuff. I'm just like, okay, like at that time, I didn't think of like the creative process of it. So I thought you just come to the games and take photos of athletes. So,
yeah,
at that time, I was transitioning to film. Film was more of a bigger thing for me. Just because of movies and short films and stuff, I was more interested in doing that kind of stuff. And after the whole, sports thing, I moved to LA and kind of, wanted to live that lifestyle with like the models and stuff like that. So the sport thing was never really in my vision, but it kind of just fell into me, Funny enough, once I was done with baseball, I went on a couple year hiatus of not talking about it, not looking at it, not watching it. And funny enough, it kind of came into fruition, like the whole part of the NBA stuff, like doing all this content with, with Kat and like other NBA athletes.
Did you not want to, like, was it just hard for you to kind of talk or think about it? Is that because you loved it so much and it just didn't work out, or you kind of didn't?
Yeah, it was almost like a failure in a way for me, just because, I was, from my background, I was born in the Philippines, and coming to America, it was just more of like, it was a challenge to do things. So it was like the more the challenges and the more success you get is like the more you level up in life. And I just felt like baseball was such a big, goal for me, and that didn't happen. So it was kind of like a failure to me. So I kind of like tried to push it to the side, but it was such a big part of my life. And, I went from the sports side to the whole, media, photography, film, creative side. It was just such a different, different realm. And it's funny enough how it came together, like after a while.
It's crazy how like life just kind of like can come full circle. You know what I mean? Like something that you said, it's a crazy story. It's just like what you're saying. It's like, you aspired to be this, it kind of knocked you down, but you didn't give up. And then look, it kind of came back into your life to kind of like almost like tenfold. Like, and from my angle, from my viewpoint, which is pretty amazing. And it's like, it's crazy how things can just kind of come full circle for someone like that,
Seriously, no. I was actually just talking about this to my dad last week, just because all the things that's been happening, and he's just telling me like crazy that like you were doing this baseball thing, and
Crazy.
look where you are now. You're look what you're doing now. I'm just like, I would have never thought, because, you know, at the end of the day, for all the baseball players, I know this, like, you go through the system and that's it. You kind of don't have a backup plan. You know, you're in a system. It's a business. And if you get injured, or if you're not in the top 5, top 10 first round guy, even those guys, they don't got the full 100% chance of getting to the show.
It's hard, man,
And
right?
sometimes especially now, since I've been, you know, I train with a lot of the athletes, and I see these baseball players now that are actually in the league, and even like minor leaguers that, you know, I've seen before, you know, through the journey. They're like, yeah, I was first round, and you know, I played a season, and then I got cut, and I'm just, you know, at home chilling.
Yeah. And that's the thing. It's like, kind of keep reiterating, and I tell a lot of these young, you know, grassroots athletes, whether it's football, basketball, baseball, it's like, you got to have a plan. And just because you're a 5-star recruit, just because you're the number 1 small forward shooting guard in the country, or whatever it may be, that doesn't mean that you're going to make the league. Like, and a lot of these young kids, it's unfortunate, because I know that we both were there at one point. You know, we're both, you kind of learn it when you're young, but it's just, it sucks, because they think that they have this clear path, but you really got to put it's not only putting the work in, but it's just like the universe, man, timing. Like you said, one injury can ruin,
Right.
you know, the next greatest player, right?
Right. And the one thing I learned is just, you know, you just got to let go. You got to let go. You can't put too much, even though I did, and I learned, don't put too much emotional attachment to just that one thing, because like I said, you got to know the reality. You know, you're not going to be the number 1 pick like that easily. You know, there's other people, and like sometimes, you know, that's the reality for us, and you gotta accept it.
For sure. Yeah, no, well said. So take us to the moment, all right, now kind of walking through your life. Like, when was the moment that, I guess, how did you meet Kat? How did that like take me into that? Like, how did that happen? Like, how'd it happen? How'd you build from there? Like, that whole dynamic.
Right. So, you know, after the whole, like I said, the whole baseball thing, I went on a hiatus. I was, you know, I would say like athletic depression, where, you know, you're not playing anymore. That was your life. And, you know, I decided, like, I had a backup plan. I was a photographer at that time, and I decided to move to LA. When I moved to LA, I just grinded, bro. I was doing, like, you know, I had no money. I had like $40 in my account at that time. Moved out of my parents' house. And I was like sleeping on my boy's couch. Actually, my boy Blaine, he was actually always in LA, and he always had like a place with his friends. And I came and just slept on the couch, and, you know, I did Postmates, Uber, and all that stuff just to get money. And once I had a little money, I started, you know, putting my stuff out there on Instagram, like photography stuff. I used to message like models and like artists, like, yo, let me shoot you. Like, I look at this is what I shot in the Bay Area. And they're like, oh, that's dope. And I actually got a big following from that. A lot of people I met kind of pushed me to a whole different level with social media. And social media was, you know, not crazy big yet. It was like at that beginning stage.
Still starting up, yeah.
It was starting up. A lot of people were getting like popular from it. And I guess I caught that wave. I would say I caught that wave. And that's when I started like meeting all the models and all these artists, and I would say athletes, I guess, just from Instagram. Like, oh, you have dope stuff. Let's kick it. Let's shoot. So that's pretty much what I did. Honestly, I just, you know, shot for free, shot for money. Like, it was all a mixture. And like I said, I was living on my boy's couch.
Crazy.
Like almost rent free. And then I started paying rent when I started making money. But fast forward to that, I did that and I got popular. And I started doing bigger jobs, and I pretty much just had a name for myself, you know, had my own brand of just photography, filming. I would say, honestly, I was filming a lot of models, and on Instagram, it was like a big thing where I was filming models and like holding their hand in these cool videos, and they were going viral. You know,
really?
You remember those videos, the little travel videos? You kick with models. Yeah, I was doing that. I found like a little niche at that time.
I like it.
So yeah, so this is where the story kind of starts, where one of those models were actually really good friends with this girl that Kat actually ended up dating, and that girl became my really good friend, And through that whole thing, you know, Kat was with her, and we all kind of just like, you know, at that time I was not watching NBA. I was not watching basketball.
So wait, hold on. So
just,
what year? So what year? All right. So what year was this? And was Kat in Kentucky, or was he in?
No, he was first year, his rookie year.
Oh,
so
okay.
2015.
Oh, so this is not too long ago, dude. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, and
This is like about 4 years ago.
so this
Right?
is kind
4
of
years
recent. This is recent.
Yeah. This is like 4
wow.
to 5 years ago.
Okay.
Dang,
yeah.
yeah.
'Cause- all right, that's wow. So you guys linked on just like kind of like just vibing type of thing, yeah.
And on a vibe thing, yeah, like I said, I didn't watch basketball, and I was, you know, I was friends with her, and she, you know, she introduced us and stuff like that. And honestly, at that time, I was like not into the big whole. And like I said, I was an athlete before, and I just was just like, cool, like, oh, he plays ball, like, you know, I was just kind of like downplaying him, like, oh, was he a bench player, you know?
But did you know who he was? Did you know who he was?
I
or
had
no?
no idea. No,
Oh,
I
wow.
didn't know.
You're not thinking like, yo, this is like, you know, potentially, you know,
No.
top
No,
center in the world, yeah.
No, yeah, exactly. You gotta understand too. Like, I was in LA, so I've hung out with famous people. I've hung out with high, you know, just celebrities, and I was just like, okay, cool, basketball player. That's cool. Like, I'll meet him. Like, you know, bro. It's funny enough. Me and him became like best friends. Like, he loved baseball. Like, and it's funny enough because I was on that hiatus with baseball, and when I met Kat, he started talking a lot about baseball, and that's what got me to talk about it more. And
Really?
that's when he kind of he realized, like, yo, like, I've seen you play before. Like, I know some people, you know, like, in the whole, you know, in the system, like I could tell you could play. Like, it was fun. Me and him connected through that whole thing with baseball.
So it's so and not to cut you off, but this is what I find interesting. It's like the thing that you loved that you know, I'm gonna put quotes over failures because like there's no really failures in life. You kind of just go through experiences. But the thing that kind of made you want to go on a hiatus was kind of what led you to your best friend helping you open up about this thing.
Yeah, really
Wild. That's amazing.
crazy. Yeah, no, seriously, that's how me and him really bonded, because that, and, you know, a lot of the things, me and him were just very similar. You know, we like the same stuff, like Dragon Ball Z. We both like to work out. We were athletes. It's just, it all coincided. It was really quick, the way me and him became really good friends.
And that's what it was in the beginning. This wasn't like your encounter wasn't, hey, this is my buddy Chucky, this is Karl, like you guys should link up for work. It was more just like, yo, we're just cool right now, right?
Yeah. So what happened was, like, she was a model, and I already had my own thing going on. I was already doing the whole, you know, doing the videos on Instagram. I had like my own little just buzz at that time.
Yeah, for sure.
And I knew a lot of people, and she did too. So it was more of like, we all hung out, and like she was saying, yeah, I'm shooting with my friend, blah blah blah, and he was just kind of like, oh, cool, let me see his stuff. And that's when he kind of saw my work. But besides that, me and him already were kind of just like starting to be friends, you know, started to kind of talk about baseball and all the other stuff. Not till later on, he saw like my films and all the stuff I was creating online, and he was like, oh, you're raw, like you're good at this.
So that's how it was. You guys had built that foundation organically, and then it became to that.
Exactly.
That's a really cool. So now when you guys were kicking it, was it you kicking it in Minnesota, or you were kicking it when he would come out to LA, or like?
Well, funny enough, the first time we actually met in person, because we've always been because she was in LA, he was in Minnesota, and me and him would just FaceTime when she was with me, or we were hanging out. Okay. It'll be like that, and he would come sometimes, but it was never like we got to hang out like that, you know? Okay. It was like, oh, I'm in LA, and I'll be like at a shoot or something, and you would FaceTime, but oh, cool, like, yeah, I'll hit you, but we never like got to hang out. It was when she actually invited me to Minnesota, and that's when I like officially physically met him. And yeah, bro, like that's when we actually got closer, because we were like, you know, we were working out together, we were playing video games together and stuff like that. We were just interacting, and
still that friendship kind of like that. You said that foundation was built. That's really cool, man.
Yeah.
I mess with him so much just because I'm from New Jersey. I don't know if you knew that, but he's from Jersey too. So it's like got to hold it down for the state because we get overlooked a lot.
I feel that.
We get overlooked a lot. Yeah. That's cool. You guys built that foundation there. You go to Minnesota there. So now, what's the moment that it's like, okay, we can do something together here, you know? Because I'm a big advocate of like athletes, especially ones that have a huge platform like these guys. Like, you guys can build your own like media brand, you know? Even if it's not hugely large scale, but you can build something dope. If you have a good enough team, you can get yourself, you can get other players, you can get other things. I'm sure that's your mindset. Like, what was that? Like, what was the conversation like, or what was like, how'd that even come about?
Well, so like I said, when I went to Minnesota, actually, this might have been the second time I went to Minnesota. I went to a game, and his agent was there. His marketing agent was there, actually. I think I sat next to her. It's funny. It wasn't that long ago, but I barely remember. She was either she was sitting next to me, or I met her after the game. But I met her after the game, and Karl had to do a eBay, like this quick eBay clip on Instagram. He didn't have time to do it. And she was just like, we need to do this eBay thing. And his girlfriend at that time was like, Chucky can do it. Like, do you have your camera? I was like, yeah, I got my camera. He's like, oh, can you film it then? Like, so we can get it done. Let's do it real quick. And his agent was like, okay, yeah. She was kind of like, do you know how to work a camera? Like, just didn't really, you know.
And you're probably like, all right, let me show you what's going on right now.
Yeah, no, but she's super cool. She's actually one of my, she's like literally like she does everything for me. But yeah, at that time I was like, oh, like, yeah, I got it. But also my friend was also backing me up. She was like, oh, he got it. Like, he could easily do this. So Kat was like, all right, let's do it. Let's get it done then. Let's do it right now.
You weren't worried though, right? You weren't like, hey, I don't know if I could do it. You were like, all right, let's go.
Oh, let's go. Yeah, no, I've been doing that stuff. So I was just like, all right, let's do it. And yeah, we just did it. We knocked it out in like 20, 30 minutes or something like that. And I edited it that night, I think.
Nice.
And we posted it the next day. And yeah, after that, it was just like, we had a conversation like, yo, bro, like, I'm gonna need your help with this. Like, I know you got your own thing going. And, you know, we just had that conversation. Like, I want to build my brand. Like, I think you could help me. Let's partner up. Let's do it. So I was like, yeah, let's do it. You know, and you know,
but for you though, like for you, exactly for you, when you hear that, right? Because I'm thinking, if I heard that for the first time, was it for you? Were you like, is he serious, or like, what does this even mean? Or were you in your head, you were like, I don't know, like, what was your mindset from a creative standpoint? Like, what did you think? Well,
so at that time, I thought quick. Because I was like, it makes sense. Well, the sit down talk was about branding and about his social medias and stuff like that. And because he liked how I was running mine, you know, I was posting like all the time, you know, I had to like, it was very like, we like what you're doing with your brand too, you know? And I kind of was like, well, players should do this too. I feel like players at this time, players didn't like doing that. It was a lot of like Getty images, you know, like screenshots. There was
no lifestyle to it, right?
No lifestyle, no like personality to it. So, and I was already doing that, and I was looking at his as like, I was like, yeah, let's do it. Let's make this happen. And luckily enough, I was actually making good money at that time. I was working a lot, and we did that. We just collabed for like free for the longest time, like together. Like there was no financial.
Oh, you were just, hey, yo, I'll take a cool flick of you. Yo, I got this fit. I'll take a flick of you.
Just organic. Like, I had my camera, I had my phone. Like, like we were just, and I was just doing funny edits. Like, and he was, at that time, he wasn't really big on social media. He was just like if you want to post it, you could do it. Like, you know, it was just kind of like that. So I was like, oh, bro, everyone wants to see you. Like, they want to see. Like,
and Kat, and also on the court though, he's ascending at this time, right?
Exactly. Yes,
Like
he was.
he's starting to climb up. Like he's in the talks now of like, yo, this is a top 10, top 5, whatever player in the league, right? They're like, okay, cool.
It was rookie of the year. Yeah, a lot of things were happening like so quick at that time. It was, and then it was a lot. It was a lot. So we saw a big opportunity for that, and also his marketing agent was a big visionary with that too. She was like, you need someone like him, like, you know, because you guys are already really good friends. He's a big I would say he's not big on like people taking photos of him all the time, and he just felt comfortable with me, you know, and he knew the importance of it being out there, like, you know, his fits and all that stuff, like just his image. So he was understanding of like how important that was for his brand.
But it kind of even almost circles back to, Chucky, that you said it like in the beginning, you guys built a friendship. So for him, you taking photos and creating content for him, he knew that you had his best interest at mind. You know, he's not feeling like, yo, Chucky's trying to get anything off of me. Like, nah, this was this. Right. And this goes back to, and this is for all the creatives that are going to be tuned in and hearing this, is like making your subject or your partner or whatever it is comfortable. How important is this, dude? Right? Like,
yeah, no, it's very important. And also what made it actually work was because I put in so much work before I even met him. I kind of already built like a strong foundation for myself, just to where like I wouldn't need anyone, you know, even someone of his caliber. I wouldn't need someone like that to kind of boost my, you know, whatever I needed to do. I was already kind of coming up just from grinding and like, you know, perfecting my own craft, but it just came to a point where it worked. It benefited both of us. And
that's the best part of it, is like you said, like you weren't looking for, like, you weren't looking for Kat, you know, you weren't looking for Karl. You perfected yourself. You were secure with yourself. And then that's probably why this has worked so well for you guys, because you guys are both separate entities. It's not like, you know, I love that, man.
Yes. Yeah.
That's super dope, man. No, what a cool story.
Yeah, not talking about it is actually pretty, because I live in that lifestyle, and that the whole moment. I just don't ever talk about it out loud, and it's crazy how that all worked out.
Yeah, no, that's why I was interested. Like I said, a big reason behind this platform that I'm trying to build and going to build and put it out there. You know, obviously with the pandemic slowing things down, and I was like, you know what, I'm tired of kind of being behind. Not that I'm tired of being behind the camera, but I want to show. I like how you use your social. Like you post your work, but you post a lot of yourself. Like I want to start gearing more to that, because why not? You know.
Why not? Yeah,
and I was like, I want to host my own show, do my own vlog, because I want to do cool shit and still be able to do great work. But that's why I was like very interested in hearing your story. And I think it's cool, because then I think more of us, you know, and I say us, I mean like us creatives, we should be sharing this stuff. Like we're not like, you know, people sometimes look at photographers and videos like, oh, that's just a guy that holds the camera. Like, dude, we get busy. Like,
and if you really look at it, we're a small, you know, it's like when Amazon started off, it's like just that small amount of people just started clinging onto it, and then it became big. We're that small, like little group of creatives that, you know, show our personality, put it out there, you know, because we have the platform, and it's inspiring to other people to kind of open up. Because if you really look at photographers and creatives, a lot of them are, introverts, or they're more
introverts. They're like very like, hey, like
they're quiet, you know. And you know, luckily I was a pro athlete. I've been, you know, a college athlete. I've been around a lot of people. Like, you know, I have that kind of that alpha, you know,
outgoing.
Outgoing personality, and I came into the whole creative. And to be honest, doing the creative actually put me back a little bit. And I realized, I was like, why is that? So that's when I decided, like, I gotta change it up.
That's crazy you said that, because I was feeling that, dude, for myself. Cause I was telling my homegirl, I'm like, I'm looking at my page and I'm like, I feel like I'm I'm almost like I'm an automated like machine where I'm like just posting my work, and I love it. I'm proud of it, bro. I'm very excited and blessed to be able to work with some of these guys. But it's like, Johnny, you know what, man? Like, before the photo thing, you were like showing your fits, you were being, and I'm like, yo, I got to make these worlds collide, man. You know, but what you just said just kind of hit me, man. Cause that's how I was feeling. I was like, this wasn't me, but it's just like, I don't know, for some reason I felt like, man, I'm not supposed to be showing my face.
Right. Yeah. I don't know where that came from, but
I think it's just the culture of photo though and video though.
That's really what it is. Like no one wants to see the person behind the camera. They just want to see what they're, but
yeah, what's on the other side. That's why when you posted your vlog, I was hyped and I was like, man, this is cool. And then I was thinking in my head, I was like, this might be a I'm going to use the word groundbreaking, but like pioneer type of moment for like this wave to be like, yo, you know what? There's these guys, whether it's me, you, or both of us or someone else, like, yo, show who we are, how we do this shit. And like, yo, this is who we are.
Really. And there's really not that many people doing it. I actually follow and I'm inspired by a few guys that do it. And it's not a lot of people. It's not. No,
it's not, right?
And we're all able to do it. We're all really able to do it.
100%. Yeah. And that's so, man, that's super dope. But that really resonated with me because that's how I was feeling. So like I said, when I saw you post yours, I was like, this is cool as shit. Cause like, I think this is a special kind of moment where we can really change the game in a sense,
Yeah.
You still got to do dope work. So for whoever's listening out there, don't think that you can just hold your camera and post BTSs. You got to still get crazy with the camera,
Yeah, exactly. You gotta work on your craft for sure.
Yeah. So I'm going to dive deep in right here. Some life questions that I have for you, man. So where does Chucky Anthony see himself in 5 years?
Man,
you had to manifest. If you had manifested right now on my podcast show, Sunday Dinner, man, if you can manifest your life in 5 years.
In 5 years, I would say I definitely would want, within 5 years, I definitely would finally want to make a feature film. 5 years.
Tough.
Yeah. Tough.
I like that. We're putting that out there right now.
We got to, it's funny enough. I said that like a few years ago and it's coming up to that 5th year, but let's add another 5. We'll see.
We'll add another 5. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
My life totally went a different route.
Yeah. I mean, imagine you 5 years ago, like you just told me. Now look at it now. So 5 years, Chucky Anthony featured film. Make sure you guys tune in for that. Cause I'm big on that, man. We got to speak it out there before, to make shit happen. Do you feel like in 5 years, where do you see you and Kat's media company?
Oh, with that feature film.
I like that.
Yeah. So
I like that. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's definitely part of the vision. Part of the vision right there.
Do you see yourself like? Does it interest you to like get more clients, or do you feel like, hey, you know what? Like I want to focus on Kat's social and then build your other film portfolio, or do you feel like you guys want to be a thing where like, hey, we can create, social and campaigns for other athletes? Is that the route you want to go? You're still kind of figuring that out.
We're still kind of figuring it out right now, but the steps we're taking right now is I'm trying to build my media brand as well, because Kat at the end of the day has his brand. We've built it. He's got his solid foundation. And with him, Kat's so like all about the team, like working together. He knows that when I build my brand into a more solidified brand name in the film industry, his brand will go up as well. So it's like that's why I dropped that YouTube thing, because like I said, we gotta start showing ourselves out there more.
Yep, I totally agree. I think that it almost feels like for me, like you're planting the seeds now for that big move. Like, hey, look at here,
exactly,
look at this here, look at this here, and then it's just like you say, you start planting, and then boom, hit them.
Yeah,
but
the key is to take the time, because a lot of. And I'm sure you would know this too. Like sometimes we think of big ideas and we want to just do it, do it, and then like not really, calculate the moves. And sometimes it's just like we overshoot it, and it's just like, I don't want to do it no more. This is definitely one of those slow steps. So,
and a lot of people out there, like you said, they'll have these big ideas. They'll either jump and overshoot it, right, or they'll jump and overshoot it. It doesn't work out, and then they quit. You gotta like. There's going to be ups and downs, and you got to kind of fight through that and know that like, yo, like you said, the people that become successful, they aren't scared to fail, you know, like, cause they go through moments of adversity and shit not working out, you know?
Yeah. And the more adversity, actually, the more failures, that's how you learn. That's how you actually succeed.
Yeah. And it tastes good, man, when you get it too. When you win after failing, it's like, I'm not letting this shit go, you know? What advice would you give, man, to your younger self? So I would say 5 years ago was like kind of a big moment for you. So let's say, what advice are you giving to yourself 7 to 10 years ago? Maybe when you were like at that crossroads of your life, like what advice, you being you now, your younger self?
I would definitely say, I would say every idea that I had, like I said, I wish I would have took my time with it instead of kind of having the idea and then it not happening as fast as I wanted to and just kind of quit. I wish I kind of just stuck with the idea and kind of understood, the process of it. Because we're young and we kind of just, sometimes we try to do this and that and this and we end up doing nothing, So I wish totally. I just kind of because that's what I am now. I like to focus on one thing, perfect it, and then keep growing from it. But before I was always just like, I want to be this, I want to do music, I want to do this and that, and then just never got good at. I mean, I got good at it, but never perfected anything to where it would push me. Yeah,
you're kind of like the jack of all trades, whatever they say, master of none. Yeah. And I think that's kind of like I think it's like a double-edged sword, though. It's awesome that you're very like aggressive, go-getter. I'm sure you're passionate. You know what I mean? Like you're creative, but like you're right. It's like kind of like you got to just kind of dial back a little bit, right? Like you're saying.
Yes, you got to dial back a little bit. Just take the steps. Just take the small steps first.
A lot of kids, and I don't know if you experienced that. Like, so when I started in grassroots basketball. So like I'm very like kind of in tune with like the EYBL and all these kids coming up. So with that being said, I meet a lot of content creators, aspiring photographers, videos that are also in that scene, right? A lot of the people coming up, I noticed them. They always try to kind of latch onto a player or think, hey man, I'm going to keep photographing or working with this player and that's going to get me to the league. Right.
Yeah.
I'm not in, I've worked with pros, I've worked with grassroots. I don't have like, I'm not in the situation where you are. And obviously there's so many different avenues to be successful as a content creator. Your path, mine's mine, the next person's the next person. What do you tell? Like I tell these kids, like, don't put all your eggs in one basket, banking on this top 10 recruit to go to college, go to NBA and then hit you up like, hey, you want to come create like, what's your, when you hear that, like, what do you think about, or what advice would you give to like a young creative, like that's working in sports?
Well, even though like even doing that sometimes works, I guess, like just kind of doing what you just said, just taking photos of someone and, they'll call it, that will happen sometimes. But at the end of the day, if you want to have a longer career, I'd say, or a more solidified career in that whole industry, you got, like we were talking about earlier, you got to just be secure with yourself. You got to, work on your craft and really have your own name instead of kind of just latching on to, upcoming recruit. You'll be known as that guy or that girl that is just taking photos of this person, and I just feel like that's not I feel like it's more of like a momentary thing. Just, you'll do that for a little bit and then your career will come back down and you'll do the same thing again. It's just like it's never like a uphill kind of thing,
No, I love that. I think that's so well said. Like I think that's phenomenal advice. Cause I totally agree. You're not building yourself up for the long term. You're kind of just like, it's like that one hit wonder single, you just got the song that's just cool in the season. Right. And it's like, it goes back to what you said, man, you got to build and I think in life too, not even just being a creative, like you got to be secure with yourself. Yeah. It's like in a relationship. Like if you want to get married with somebody, you got to have your shit right, man, before you step into a relationship. Cause like if in your case, like you're in a professional relationship with Kat, and just, you have to be secure with yourself. He's got to be secure. And that's how you'll get to that next level, right? Like
exactly. Yep.
Last couple questions. I just need to, like, from a personal standpoint, dude, is your messages like just fucking crazy?
Yeah, honestly, yeah, I have the whole like when you request the total requests when it's like I'm like at 99 plus, you know what I'm saying, where it's like that. But I try my best to kind of look. Sometimes it's just like messages.
No, I hear you. Because for me, dude, when I was like, before I interview you, I was like, I knew your stuff was crazy when like just working with Kat, and then now you got this other. Now you have another whole demographic.
Yeah.
But like now with like with his situation now, like with like his relationship, I'm sure you're getting a whole nother demographic of fans now, because I saw that she reposted your video.
Yeah.
Your vlog, which you crushed, by the way. It was super fly.
Appreciate
and I thought in my head,
it.
I was like, yeah, I loved it. It's like, because it's fun. It's like, it felt like you made it, you chopped it up.
Yeah, I filmed it and chopped it up and everything. Yeah.
Okay. Like for me, it feels like I got to know her a little bit just on the, and I think that's cool about a vlog, I was like, she seems cool as shit.
I feel like that's what you're supposed to feel when you watch, because that's how I feel when I watch like these vloggers, these good vloggers. That's how I feel too. Like, I'm trying to get to know this person.
Yeah, I only knew her from the show, like just sparingly when I watched it. But then when I saw she reposted it, I saw your thing. And then I was like, yo, man, this girl Jordan seems cool as shit. Like I did, the way her personality came out in the camera. But I guess back to what you said, it's like, I'm sure you're building that relationship up where it's like, oh, look, that's Chucky. Everyone knows he's cool. We can let our guard down. But when she reposted it, the first thing I thought, I was like, this motherfucker is going to get a whole new set of fans right now. I was like, this is probably going to go crazy for him.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. And yeah, so that whole process, I was doing hers and then I was doing mine as well. And I was like, damn, hers is going to get like 1 million views in a week, And just because,
what numbers she got a lot, right?
I think she's at like 300, 400K. And whenever this podcast goes out, like she'll for sure hit 1 million by then.
Yeah, easily. Dude, the people love her.
Yeah, no, they love her. And when I did mine, I was like, what, I'm just gonna start, like, if I post and that first day at least I get 100 or 200, 300, I'm good. Like, where I got like 6,000 the first day. So I was just like, all right,
that's solid, dude.
I definitely gotta keep going,
Dude, and you can get that YouTube money, bro.
Yeah, I think I'm about to get what do you call it? It's this channel that I put it on. I had 3 channels.
You already had like
I wouldn't say that. This one is like a newer channel. This one, I think I had like 100 when I first started, and I posted a lot of music videos on it, and I took them off. So I had like a bunch of views. I think when you take it off, it takes away the views. But like that one was like my first real video of like the actual channel that's not about music videos and stuff. And I think right now I'm at like 700 subscribers. So
that's solid. See, like, and I thought like how yours, I was like, I know mine's going to be slow, but I don't even care, man. I'm just going to keep hammering out content. I don't care anymore.
Seriously,
I'm just going to keep going, dude.
This rapid pace though is just started happening. Like, is with social media and just like videos and stuff, the rapid pace just started happening. Like I said before, I hit a wave back then when I first started. I used to have like 500 followers and it went up to like 2,000, 3,000. Like, so I caught a wave, and after that it was just very stagnant, and then I caught another wave. So this is definitely that wave again. Yeah. And you never anticipate it. You just kind of, like you said, you just got to keep putting content out.
No, for sure. So yeah, just to man, I appreciate having you on, man. Is there anything that you're currently working on that you can talk about and want to talk about, or is it like you kind of laying low?
When is this gonna come out?
I would say mid-November.
Mid-November. Okay. Yeah. This isn't live, right? You cut it. You're gonna cut it. Or?
No. Yeah. I'm recording. This is not live. I'm recording it, but I'm gonna chop it up. So yeah, if you end up not wanting to put something out, just let me know.
So I filmed the Old Spice commercial actually yesterday.
Let's go. Yeah. So when you're saying that, are you like DPing it or you're filming it?
So this one was just me, lighting, everything. Yeah. I'm actually, when we get off, I'll send you a clip of it. Obviously you're not gonna show anyone, but I'll send you a clip.
I would love to see it. Yeah.
It should come out. We're actually just working on the copyrights for the instrumental music background. to just get approved, and I think they're gonna release it next week.
What's the
and
talent?
It's gonna be a big
Is
one.
there talent on it or no?
Yeah, it's Jordan and Cat. So.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So.
Like that? It's like that.
Yeah. So it'll be their first one together. So I mean, we'll see. We'll see where it's at when this comes out, and see if they push it back. And we probably won't put it on here, but like if it's out, like fully out, like.
Yeah, no, bro. Listen, I know
the
rule. I know the rules, man. I would.
You
never,
know how
like,
it is, yeah.
Yeah, dude. I have shit that it's like a year later I'm posting, so I get it.
Yeah, and I
so,
like
and
how
I don't,
you're into photography, and you do video too, right? Are you transitioning to video a little bit?
Very little, man. I can't lie to you, Chuck. I don't really like love it, dude.
Yeah, I feel that. It's just different. Is it?
I just gotta be honest. Yeah. What?
What don't you not like about it?
I think just, you know what? I'll be honest with you, man. Like, and I've gotten this before. Like, people like I've had when I've worked with like a video team and directors and stuff. They've told me that they think that I can go into like a director producer role, and I think I would like that. But I physically holding the camera and shooting the video, I do not like doing that, dude. I just don't. But I don't mind. I would love to like sit and storyboard and hey, yo, this is what we. That's cool.
Director, producer. Yeah,
I definitely like that vibe.
That's what I'm kind of transitioning to for sure.
Yeah, I like that vibe, and I love photos so much. So like, you know, like even like my vlog, dude, I'm shooting it like on my GoPro, and then I send it to a kid, and he chops it up for me. Like he's chopping
the editing part.
Because I'm just not doing it, dude.
I feel that.
Like he's chopping this.
Phone?
Well, so right now I'm recording it on my 1DX camera. I'm recording it on a GoPro, and I'm recording it on Zoom.
Okay, got you. Yeah, no, all those vlogs I was shooting, I shot it on the iPhone.
Really?
Yeah. On the 4K.
Nice. You put it on 4K?
Yeah, on the
but
iPhone.
Who's filming you though, dude?
What do you mean? Like, I put it on a tripod.
You're a bad motherfucker. I like that. Yeah, because I was like, this asshole has a video guy.
No, bro. And then
you don't like GoPro?
I don't know. It's just quicker for me on the phone.
I know, right? I know.
You know, I do like the GoPro though. That's what I used to film with those little travel videos I used to do back in the day. Yeah. With a girl, I always put on my head and just like on some Jay Alvarez hype.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know that is, but like I was doing all that.
Yo, I'm excited to see this commercial. So wait, I don't want to like really dive into their thing, and I can cut this out. So they've been together that long that they'll film a commercial together like that?
Yeah, bro. It's been a minute.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
See, I like that people keep that shit private, man. For me, it's like I said, if I'm in love with somebody, I'm cool with it. You know, obviously,
you just gotta have the right crew, you know, because
that can get a lot, right? Like,
for sure, there's just a lot. You know this industry, man. You know how these guys are.
Yeah. Well, that's cool, man. I can't wait to see that, and obviously, like, it's super dope that you got an opportunity to do that. I can only imagine what it's probably going to be like, and it's probably going to be so badass. It's probably going to definitely going to shake up the internet for sure.
Yeah, no, for sure. It's cool though. It's crazy. Just to talk a little bit about it, the turnaround was a day. So like I filmed it actually the night before yesterday, like 10 at night, and then I finished the video yesterday.
Unreal.
And I sent it in yesterday, and they were just like, "This is perfect. Let's get the music copyrights
approved, and let's get it going."
And, yeah. So, yeah.
Dude, how amazing is it to see your work either in print or on TV or blown up? Because like I go crazy when I see my shit.
Yeah,
like,
I go crazy. This one's gonna be probably like one of the most like accomplished like one I've done, just because I did it by myself. You know, I lit everything by myself. I edited by myself, and I did it all under like 24 hours. And it's like a big platform, so it's just like, dang, that's crazy where I ended up. This is what I'm doing now. Like this is.
Dude, 5 years ago you were where you were, and now you're 5 years later. You're in the middle of a global pandemic, on a podcast interview, and you shot an Old Spice that's going to be probably I'm sure that's global commercial, or at least national.
Yeah, this podcast is going to get big. I know it. This podcast is going to get big. I've been watching your stuff on IG. You definitely need to be more in front of the camera.
I do, right? Somebody told me that, dude.
Yeah, this is
why
definitely
I was like,
thing.
You think this is good?
This is your thing, bro. You don't
think photo's my thing?
No, photos your thing, but this is a whole nother thing, bro. This is that wave. This is that wave we're talking about.
That's what, dude.
The
Honestly,
photos is
it's
your
there.
your solid, yeah, your solid base, but this is like your new wave right here.
I know. I was thinking that too, man. Like between not between me and you, but like, you know, like fucking, you know, friend to friend. I was like, you know what? Something in my gut told me to do this, do a vlog, and like people know that I take good photos already. Like it's known, and I'm gonna keep pushing for that. But like, dude, I can really push this, you know?
Yeah, bro. There's a whole avenue for you for this too, especially in like, cause you're good with talking. You might as well just start kind of putting out some like tutorials or something, bro. I don't know.
Think so?
Just something.
Maybe I will. Cause so this is pretty much my mindset is like, you know, I'll have this long form on YouTube and then I'll chop up like 3 or 4 1-minute segments for my IG. I'll send you shit if you want it for yourself. So that's gonna be my thing. Cause I want to start posting out more like 1 minute, like, you know, let's say in this conversation, you said like 3 or 4 really powerful things. Like I'd be like, whoa, you know, like I'd save that, chop that up, and I want to post that.
I know you're gonna make me look good.
Yeah. So before I wrap this up, man, just plug your IG and plug your YouTube, man, and then you know, I'll let you get back to that lovely weather in the West Coast because it's rainy and cold here in New Jersey already. So
is it? And I heard in Minnesota there was like a snowstorm. It's crazy.
I can't stand this.
Yeah, bro, it's hot out here. So yeah, man. Instagram, Chuck Anthony. Actually, I don't even know what my Instagram is. I changed it.
Guy.
Bro, it's usually Chucky Anthony or Chuck Anthony.
This is when you know, listen, everyone tuned into Sunday Dinner on my IG. This is when you know that you don't make it when you don't know your IG name. Looking you right in the camera.
Bro, let's talk about this. What do you like better, Chucky Anthony or Chuck Anthony?
Oh, so hold on. Your grand name is Chucky Anthony.
Okay.
To be honest with you, bro, Chuck Anthony is gangster.
Okay, there you go.
Just because we have it here. Wait, you're gonna change it?
I can't because someone took it. That's why I didn't change it. Okay.
Because you know what the thing is, just like it's like I see your name on IG is Chuck Anthony, but I see that because it's like Chucky Anthony. I just feel like you're Chuck. Like Chuck's gangster,
Chuck,
bro.
that's what I'm saying. Chuck.
Yeah.
All right. It's Chucky Anthony on IG. Yeah, Chucky Anthony on IG. But you know, you call me Chuck Anthony. YouTube is Chucky Anthony. But yeah, it's funny that you have to search. You have to search on YouTube and put Chuck Anthony. There's another Chuck Anthony, but I feel like when I start putting out more content, it's gonna kind of, you know.
Yeah, no, I love that. Yeah, this is tough. So yeah, guys, make sure you follow him on IG at Chucky Anthony and his YouTube. Subscribe to it. Super dope content. Really dope creator, even better person, just overall good vibes, man. I'm glad that you guys were able to tune in and kind of get to know about him. And I appreciate you, man, kind of sharing your story and, you know, sharing like, you know, your insight about life and kind of your journey about how you came up and what you want to be and kind of looking forward to like connecting future projects together and also just seeing, you know, both of us kind of ascend up, you know, and kind of just, you know, really, really fuck this game up, you know? For
sure. And I'm glad you're the one doing this because I've had an interview before. It was with actually someone from Minnesota. It was more of a written interview. You know, it was published on The Athletic. And okay, cool. I didn't talk much about it just because it was about me, but also just it was coinciding with Kat's brand as well. And I've gotten hit up before with a lot of podcast guys to talk about Cat and this and stuff like that. Never really about, you know, I just never felt comfortable talking about what I was, you know. You didn't feel comfortable, or they didn't care for it? I didn't feel comfortable because I felt like maybe they probably didn't care. Like I just didn't feel, you know, like they were gonna ask me stuff like that, but I just didn't feel like, I'm like, who? I don't know you. I never even met this person. You know what I'm saying? I met you before, and like, you know, the questions you sent me were like, all right, cool. It's gonna be a fun conversation. Yeah. So real quick too, also like not a question, but like I just to get some feedback. That's why I wanted to ask you, like, did you feel like the questions made you like intrigued and interested in going on? Because I've had a podcast when I was in college, and then I kind of, you know, you're in college, you're kind of figuring things out, and then I wanted to bring it back. But I've also asked a couple other people that I think typically wouldn't interview, and they were like, yo, man, I love your questions. So I was wondering, like, what made you want to, I mean, obviously we met, man, but, you know. Yeah. Was it the questions, like, that intrigued you? Or it was definitely the questions. Part of it was, obviously, I met you before. And also, like, you know, you could just tell you were doing research on yourself, on your own, to kind of like, you know, you're kind of digging deeper into the whole that person. You kind of want to know more about that person instead of just kind of what people see on IG or, you know, whatever. You kind of dipping
I
through.
wanted some feedback. Yeah, cool. Yeah, because I was like, for me, it wasn't. I mean, I only really wanted to ask about Kat because you guys have something together. Because that's not my angle here. Yeah.
No, 100%. Which is always going to be it. Like at the end of the day, Kat is going to be part of my brand as well. You know, even though I'm part of Kat's brand, his whole thing is going to be part of mine. But also, like we talked about before, my foundation is, you know, I solidified my foundation before his, and I've always kind of rolled with that.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, Kat just came in. It was more beneficial for me and him. And it's always going to be part of my brand at the end of the day.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, forever, honestly.
Yeah, but I could see, like, and I don't know if you ever felt like that, but if I was like you, I can see if somebody was just like trying to like get interviews just to get info on like Kat and like let's say Jordan, I'd be like, dude, shut up, like.
Yeah, and that's that's in my DMs a lot. So it's
no, I could. That's what I was thinking too. I was like, I wonder, like, people probably just trying to pry information, you know. But it's like when you're around people like famous people and athletes and this and that, like that world becomes regular to you in a way, right? You know, it's like
exactly. You know for sure too. And even before I met Kat, like I said, I was in LA for a while, and I've met some fake people. I met some rich people. I met some celebrities. It was all just normal, you know.
Yeah,
and you kind of know how to maneuver yourself out there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and just be like a human being, like a normal person.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I appreciate you coming on again, guys. We have Chuck Anthony here, content creator, amongst many other things. Now a YouTuber, which I'm hyped for. So make sure you guys again follow him on IG and his new YouTube channel, youtube.com Chucky Anthony. I'm just gonna do a quick sign off here. All right, my bro.
All right, brother. Appreciate you.
All right, I'll talk to you soon, man. Hit me up whenever you're let's definitely, obviously if you're ever in New Jersey, New York, let's link up. And if I'm in LA,
yep.
And man, eventually I know we'll work on some type of project together. Who knows what, but something will happen.
We definitely will, bro. Honestly, I might need you soon. So for sure.
Really? Yeah. You let me know, because I need to get into some warm weather, even if it's in Minnesota. I don't care where it is. Just hit me up. Yep. And the next time, I'm putting this on record too. I'm not going to air this though. When you go on some boat vacation with a bunch of women, I'm coming with you. All right.
I got you, bro. I got you.
All right, brother. Yo, be safe. You and your family, man. Really, really appreciate you, man. For real.
How about you too?
All right. Peace, man.